Okay, hello. Hello and good morning. Holy cow, so many people are here first thing. Hello. Good morning. Nessa, Wes, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for popping in. Jalen, good morning. Sage, Felix. Yo, Wes, thank you for using your Prime Gaming sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for giving me those Bezos bucks. Thank you for stealing money directly out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and giving it to me. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the ad-free viewing, all the emotes, all the good stuff, and knowing that you screwed over one of the richest people on the planet. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you. Yeah, how's everybody doing this morning? Sage, Helix, I don't know if I said good morning. I'm gonna say it again just to be sure. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Oh my goodness. We woke up late, so I'm feeling I'm very much like I don't know if I'm we robbing billionaires every time, everywhere we can. Everywhere we can. Every opportunity. Give me a billionaire.
Honk, fuck off.
Brian!
Eat my American dollar, nerd. Happy stream day.
What if I had $1? What if I had $1? I just ate it right now. Just like, yeah, eat it. You shouldn't. Don't eat money. Money's really dirty. Money's really dirty. Don't put money in your mouth. Just like, listen, we have a lot of fun here. Hi everybody, Matt Calder with an important public service announcement. Don't eat money. It's a weird like reverse thing. It's a weird reverse donation thing where it's like, how much money will people give me not to eat this money? And you're like, oh God, please don't. Please no. Please don't do it. Brian, good morning, friend. Good morning, friend. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Thank you for 100 biddies to start the day. I hope you're doing well. Have a bit of bank teller. Don't even eat while yeah, no, definitely wash your hands. Yeah, money's very dirty. Money's so dirty. Money is so dirty. Nessa, thank you for giving everybody the shiny luck. Hey, if you're shiny hunting today, have some luck. I was doing some shiny hunting last night, actually. Aaron and I were having a nice quiet evening. We were watching some Dimension 20, and I was doing my Verizian resets. So, if anybody's shiny hunting today, there you go. You have officially more luck. I finished that speed of shiny hunting. People didn't see in the Discord. I put that picture of, or I put the new video from Oliver about the shinies from Pokewalkers. Yo, boy, Poppy's thinking about it. Let me tell you. Happy Trump indicted on 4 counts day to everyone who celebrates it. Not shitheads. Happy Trump is indicted on 4 counts to everyone who knows where they were on January 6th. Everyone who could talk publicly about where they were on January 6th. Oh my God. But if you eat all the money, there won't be capitalism. You have to make the final sacrifice. You have to make the final sacrifice, and then we have to build a big statue of Wes in honor of me. All gave some gave all. Ooh, I think the milk's starting to go. Oof. I think the milk is starting to go. Iron, good morning. Iron, thank you for bumping up Final Fantasy 12 in the request queue. Iron, how are you doing today? How's your day going? Oh goodness, but yeah, welcome everybody. I hope I've probably said it about 8 times. Hope everybody's having a good day. Today we're gonna do more Alan Wake. We've got more. You know, we're hitting the point in the game. I think I mentioned at the beginning where I was like, the game starts out kind of normal, and then we hit a turn, and that's when things start to get weird. And we have hit the turn. This last chapter is it turning. So where we are right now, we have completed the turn. From here on out, the game's gonna get weirder, and then the DLC takes it to a new level. It's great. I'm gonna get my first sleep shiny yesterday. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love that. Congrats on the shiny Bellsprout. Oh, and I saw Sage, congrats on the shiny Tyrogan Go. That is something I've been hunting for a little bit in Go, so congratulations. Are we in the last chapter? No, I believe we're in chapter 4. So getting to the end, making good progress, but I believe no, we might still be in chapter 3. I'm not sure. We're either near the end of 3 or we've started 4, and I just don't remember. But no, we're near the halfway mark. But yeah, I am excited. And as stated in the title, you can't see it because it's off screen. We officially have cat cam. I've set up, after saying how many times that I'm gonna do it, I did it. We got a separate camera over here. We got a separate light for visibility. I've got an overlay ready to go. So when he decides he wants to jump up on my lap during stream, we can flip over there. Hopefully he usually lays with his face over here so y'all can see his face. But yeah, cat cam is a go. Very excited. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a command here. I'm gonna make a command. Let's get a command that's just Casper emotes. Cat cam. Okay, so now when Casper shows up, there you go. But yeah, when Casper decides that he wants to come jump on my lap halfway through stream, as he usually does, I already moved my controller. Cameron, what is going on with you today? Thank you. When Casper jumps up in the middle of stream, we can flip over and we can say hello. Because everybody wants to see that boy. Everybody wants to see that boy. All right. Gaming. Boom. Oh, the attract mode. I actually never had this. This is good. Oh, hang on. Thanks, game. I wanna stop capturing the cursor for this because we're not using the cursor. Shoutouts to attract modes. I love a good attract mode on a game. This game is cool. I do really want to get the remaster. I really want to get the remaster. Because, you know, this is a game that came out on the 360. The PC version came out, I think, like 2 years later. So it definitely shows its age a little bit, you know? Shows its age a little. But all right. So yeah, we've got a new title screen. Like I said, we get a new one of these every time. The bloom on that being broken is very funny to me. How dare you? She's a silver fox. Yeah, right. We're in chapter 3, or in episode 3 still. Episode 4. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let me tell you. I think I want to go down. You usually want to go down. No, looks like maybe we want to go up. Looks like I'm wrong. Yeah, right. We came in here. Everything was cool. We had the TV thing. Right, we came out here. Right. So as a reminder for what's going on, Alice has been kidnapped. We went to the coal museum to meet the kidnapper, which was the spot we were supposed to meet at previously. He didn't show up, and then he called us and said, hey, you have to meet me at Mirror Peak. So we're going to Mirror Peak. Oh! Hello.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
This is Alan Wake on my Verizon phone. Are people hearing that breathing? Okay. Good luck to you. I've never heard that breathing before. I'm guessing it's because I'm playing with headphones, or it's a PC version thing that I never sent from my iPhone. Sent from my iPhone on the Verizon network. 360 journey was certainly a moment in time. Very rocky start. Came around in the end. I like the avatars you can make. Do they still have those? They do. They've changed the technology though. So they're not the same as they were, which is a bummer because I also really loved the avatars. Gotta get ready for these birds. Gotta get ready for these birds. All right. Oh God, more birds. More birds. Oh God. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, we gotta look where we're going, Alan. This is a cliff. Uah! I haven't called out the Energizer promotional stuff as much, but the Verizon stuff is funnier. Hitchcock's Last Stand. All right, you stay over there. Danger, do not enter. Well, hey, guess what? There's no birds in there, so. August is shaping up nicely. Going back to Brighton for Pride this weekend and the end of the month. AW all in. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Have they announced the card for all in? Do we know what's happening? They haven't announced any matches yet? Okay. End of the month, they better get going with it. So I think there's an achievement for this part for getting through it very quickly, but I've never done it. They're talking about it on the weekly shows? Okay. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. Oh!
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Mood. You all heard that, right?
Alice?
Alice!
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
Aha! I got some tea about last week. I'll DM you. Okay. What's this game with Sean? Is that Heavy Rain? Hunters Taken.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Yes, Heavy Rain. Okay. Boo, hello. Boo, how the heck are you doing? I would stream Heavy Rain, except David Cage is terrible. So... extremely valid reason to never stream one of his games. And, like, I'm one of the people that, like, I liked Indigo Prophecy because it was just so weird. And, like, I played that whole game and I never knew what I was doing. Like, I never had a handle on what was happening. Yeah, Boo, how are you doing today? How are things? Excuse me. Uh-oh. Doing okay? About to start making breakfast? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What's for breakfast? Nightingale in the Majestic.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
So, more background on Agent Nightingale. Omelet and croissant? Hell yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, you know, when God seals up a silver mine, he smashes down a door. All right, I gotta be careful, because there's still that big guy. Oh, cool, it's a guy, perfect. What? I don't have to deal with you. Sorry, you about to be run down by a beast of burden? just a bison. Oh God! Oh, he caught a much. Okay, okay. Okay. I was like, maybe I can outrun him. No, never mind. We'll just. He caught up much faster than I had anticipated. I don't have to deal with you, Matt says, full of hubris. Literally, I was like, oh, I can just oh.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Hell yeah, machinery. Everyone loves machinery. There's nothing in a horror situation that make me go into a mine. I'm sorry. I mean, hey, listen. The reason he went into the mine is because outside there were a bunch of birds that were swarming to attack him. Like, Kira, hello. I'll simply punch the birds. You know, I believe in you. No, Alan, please. Alan, please. Alan, please. Alan, please. Alan, use your hands. Oh, hi, sir. Are we gonna get cat cam early today? Considered Alan wake, but personally more about Alan's sleep. Why did I capitalize personally? Personally, that's how important it is. He can't use his hands are full of non-branded flashlights and non-branded guns. God, I'm glad the guns are not branded. I'll say. Come on. Up. No. Tea spilled. All right.
I'd have to make my way up.
How's it going? Well, I just died in a mine shaft, but other than that, it's going all right. I only can't reload a shotgun while holding a maglite TM, but can't grab a ledge. That way you could advertise Matt brand guns? I don't like where this is going. Because the ledge is dirty, that's it. So I think... Can I... When can I buy the official Matt Light brand flashlight? There's something about that I don't like. No. Matt, why don't you have a line of firearms?
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on.
Okay, so I think what I have to do is I have to get there. Okay, let's it's been a little bit since I've okay. So I don't have a way. Oh wait, do I have a? Oh, okay. I didn't see that I could get over here. I didn't see I could get over here. That okay. We got it now. We got it. I didn't see I could get over here. That's. I was like, I don't remember having much trouble with this puzzle. That's why. See, and then I Dark Souls. Right? Kick the ladder down. And there we go. I'm just thinking how wild it would be if I actually came out with my own branded flashlight, and just how I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about that concept. Think about the long game, Matt. You established the most popular firearms brand, then boom, slap a trans flag on it. All the gun oddballs destroy their guns. No more guns. We just gotta make guns gay, y'all. We just gotta get all the gay people to get guns. Okay. You know? We just have to make owning a gun really gay. We have to do, like, you know, Sunday brunch with the girlies at the range. You know, trans flag camo. Thor hits Nurse Sinclair. Maybe foster a healthier culture around firearms than conservatives. Yeah. You know, you don't keep ammo in your house. You know, you always keep it at the range. Okay. Hi, sir. I saw you. Okay. Okay, everybody. It's officially time. It's officially time. Let me turn the light on here. It's officially time for cat cam. Turn my fan off so it's not blowing in his face because he hates that. There he is. There he is. Oh, I put the cat thing right on the overlay. I put the cat thing right on the overlay. That's very funny. That's not what I meant to do. Casper, say hi to your fans. Say hi. Hi, boy. This is what he does during stream. This is what he does. This is what he does. Oh, yeah. Here, turn it up. One more. How much more visible is he? God, it's still it's still so hard. Hi, sir. Still so hard to see this boy.
Give me a hell yeah! What? What?
Still so hard to see this boy.
Give me a hell yeah! What? What?
All right. Sadly, he won't stay anywhere. Sadly, he won't stay anywhere, but he'll come up and join me sometimes, so. And then we'll turn this light off because gets a little weird. Hi, sir. Okay, hi. So yeah, Catcam. If I can figure, I'm thinking about redoing the overlay anyway. So if I can figure out how to add it.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
All right, so we know something's going on with the Andersons. The Andersons, if you don't remember, are the those old rockers we met at the Oh Dear Diner at the start of the game. We know that they are at what's his name's? I can't remember it. The clinic on the lake. Oh, the birds! They found me! What? Dodge! Alright. That's whatever that is, that's a hella bright light. Whatever that is, that's bright as hell. Maybe I'll figure out where he is, kind of in the general,
Another Kager car, just great.
in the general space of the camera, and I'll put it on the top there, and then I can just turn that overlay on when he's here. Oh, are you leaving, sir? Okay, goodbye. Kitty time over. Up. All right, well, that's not what I wanted to happen. Just drop it to the ground. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. Keep it together. All right, well.
Bing bong.
Oh, shit. Some shadow person walking the forest beneath you. Everything's great down here. Oh no, I forgot. God.
Shit.
That's a go home situation, if I'm honest. But yeah, so we pick up Energizer batteries. The game specifically calls them lithium batteries, which I love. The game specifically calls them lithium batteries, which I think is very funny. Everything is, yeah, every moment of this game, Jalen's like, I would just leave. I would have left. I would have already have left. Is that milk? Is that butane? You shouldn't store your butane like that. Ow, ow, ow! No, come on! Oh, right. I gotta use the hunting rifle because I need to get the hunting rifle achievement. Yeah, where you at? Yeah, come back here, you're so tough. Please use safe storage practices for hazardous chemicals, especially things that are explosive or flammable. Like, especially those. Like hazardous chemicals, yes, please store those safely. Explosive chemicals. Cauldron Lake, the 8th deepest lake in the world. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active. It has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970, and even then the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Well, we know that that's not true. We know that's not true because the sign at the mining museum said that 32 miners lost their lives that day. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents. Yeah, we know it's not true that no one died. So it's very strange that sign says no one died. Man, it's like a sign from the government's never lied before. Oh, I can't run. It won't let me run. It won't let me run. It will not allow me to run. Oh. Oh, it's one of these. Eat shit. Love Deadly Premonition. Hi, Jesse. Morning, Jesse. I think the shooting in Deadly Premonition is actually a little better than this. If I can have a hot take. Yo! Zach, thanks so much for using your Prime Gaming sub. Holy cow. Thank you so much. We got 2 people today stealing money directly from Jeff Bezos' pockets and giving it to me. I greatly appreciate it. Zach, how the heck are you doing today? How are you doing today, friend? Please enjoy. No ads. Use of the emotes. All that good stuff. Special place in the Discord. And my heart. Gotta steal that Bezos money. You gotta sneak up on Bezos. You gotta kick him in the butt, take that $5 out of his pocket, and get, well, you take $2.50 out of his pocket and you give it to me. You take $2.50. But less than he had. I'm inclined to not believe that. I don't remember anything feeling good mechanically in that game. Let's be honest. The shooting is better in Deadly Premonition because when you get a headshot, he goes, nice. We can move in. Storm's on, like, kept one of our dogs off, so I'm a bit sleep deprived. Ugh. I hate that. I hate that. Josie's the same way. Josie's the same way. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. That's always rough. That aspect is in fact nice. All right. So this is Mott at Cauldron Lake.
Mott had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
So, Mott was trying to find us, even at Diver's Isle. Yeah, Zach, I'm sorry. Sorry you had to deal with storms, and sorry your pups were all upset. I definitely get that. Josie does not do very well with any large noises. Is the house gone now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was there. Because this has been implied, so we can just say it outright. The cabin was there specifically to trap Alan. The house was there specifically to trap Alan. It had not been there previously, and it is not there now. Look at them tempt you. Look at this. Yeah, Jesse, how you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Hope your morning's good so far. Oh. What's this? And no one else noticed it there while it was there? I mean, I believe it was there for a while. Or it wasn't there for a very long time. I miss you, Tom. CW plus TZ. So we know CW, Cynthia Weaver, right? The lamp lady who wrote in the paper. And TZ, if you remember, Thomas Zane, the writer who stopped the Dark Presence previously. And then and you're like, and you see this and you're like, oh, that's nice. Maybe you talked to me on TV. Okay, well, that's weird. Oh no. And then also, I love this. I curse you, Thomas Zane. So, Cynthia's doing okay. If you look on maps in chapter 1, laying around, the island isn't on it. Right, because it would have been gone. It's been gone for, if we assume this is in 2010 when it came out, it's been gone 40 years. Doing okay. I've attended my morning emails. I've dived back into editing, which is much easier than being professional at people. I get that. Deadly Premonition came out in May of 2010. This came out February 2010. Landmark year for co-opting Twin Peaks. Not a creepy place at all. No, this is fine. No, it's good. It's good. Listen, Cynthia Weaver just had well, okay, I don't want to. I won't give too much of Cynthia Weaver's backstory because we'll get there. We'll get there. Interesting, the writing is only there in direct light. So we've been seeing throughout the game that sort of light reflective paint that's led us to ammo caches and stuff hidden. So that's the game kind of hinting lithium batteries. So she had bipolar disorder. This is one of the hardest parts. This is why they give you those flares. She's been leaving us supplies. Yes, 100%. Oh god, I didn't know there were more. Oh, I did that perfectly. I played that perfectly and I didn't even know it. Clean. Love it. I think the reason, I mentioned this earlier, I think the reason they pointed them out as explicitly lithium batteries was, I believe lithium batteries were a new technology at the time. I think it was new that it's like, oh yeah, we're making batteries out of lithium, and they're so much better. Mind if we play this? My only strong memory is getting attacked by birds at the beginning near a house / cabin / picnic table. That happens. And see, now you just got to remember to go back, get the collectible. Boop. Yeah, I'm excited for this.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I could make out the spot where the island.
A couple people have mentioned to me that it's that
had to be a boat.
That like, dang, Alan Wake is pretty scary. Like this game's pretty creepy. And then thinking about that, and then thinking about these interviews they've had with Sam Lake, who's been like, yeah, we're really ramping up the scary factor in Alan Wake 2. Like, we're very explicitly.
I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Hey, Matt, do you read Girl Genius? They're looking for content creators to give review keys to. Girl Genius. I feel like I recognize that name for the video game coming out. For what? For who? What do you mean? Girl, why do I recognize this name? Oh, that's why I recognize. Okay, I remember this. Okay. No, I don't. I haven't read that, but I recognize that. I should read that. I heard that was good, actually. I heard that was good, actually. Okay. Where was I? I read that as Wake attacked by Bulbasaur. It's very good. Yeah, I remember hearing it was good. There, Wake wakes up in the lodge. There we go.
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
So that... Mom Spaghetti. Arms and jelly, Mom Spaghetti. So that page introduces a really...
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
A really interesting idea.
No! Get away! Sorry. Please, wait. The boss didn't know who he was messing said we had her to make him play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please.
You can stand there and you can let him scream for a minute, but
Lay down. Lay down. Thank you.
oh. 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 End of episode 3. Hope he's got feather falling over shattered a boner 6. 2010 also was the year for Amnesia Dark Descent, Limbo, and Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, which I own and have not played. God, I forgot they made more of those Saw games. So yeah. End of episode 3.
Previously on Alan Wake.
And again, you can sit there and enjoy the song, but we're going to try to limit the DMCAs as much as possible.
Just took out my deputies.
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Unexpected Nick Cave about it. Episode 4, The Truth.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
So here's the turn.
Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
So this is an interesting sort of layer to this. And it's something I thought about a long time, the last time I played this game.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
I don't remember the hospitalization, institutionalization aspect. I'm very curious to revisit. It lasts 20 minutes.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused.
As an overarching theme,
I would
even
be
though.
more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
And I'll say this
corridor is for...
Now that we're in the second half of the game, it picks up in a really fun way, and you go from... if I remember correctly, this is one of 2 down moments you have for the rest of the game.
Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
So this is Hartman's book, Creator's Dilemma. Engaging new book by Emil Hartman, creator of his best-selling Creative Flow. His groundbreaking techniques, engagement therapy, and the how explained in his own words. And you see these big, silly. These look like they came out of label makers. Like, this always makes me laugh.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Custom engraving costs money. There's the Andersons. Just give you all. The Lodge is a great set piece. You know, I'm annoyed. I'm interested to see if Alan Wake had been the open world game it was originally made to be.
Now,
what it would have looked like.
From past experience with you, I know I need to get
because their set pieces are incredible.
As quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this.
Deadly Premonition.
Dead.
Dumb, Matt.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions.
Should a tweet. Takahashi wrestling a dinosaur? Hell yeah.
About light and darkness.
Is that wackadoodle FBI agent coming after him still? This is what I get for missing stuff? Yes. Yes, he is.
A feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams.
You putt around in your little car making the noisiest engine sound possible forever. Yeah, that's very true.
Your mind.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if this was open world, that is what it would look like.
In which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped.
Is this the area where you can watch the really long Verizon commercial for an achievement? Yes. Yes, it is.
Shot, so I went along with it. He had to.
100%. It's great.
The influence of the drug he had given me. I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Me, but think about it. Doesn't this make
yeah, like look at this lodge. Like this is a great set piece.
Supernatural conspiracy
like
concocted in your mind? You're a
huge map.
Nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Cool leader was assigned an exposition therapist. And see, and that's such an interesting part of this that I'll be honest, they move past pretty quickly and they kind of you know, they squelch down and we move on. But for a while, when I played this, I was like, how do we know that it wasn't an episode? You know, why? What makes more logical sense? You know, like everything that's been happening, or that Alan had a mental break after the loss of his wife, and because he's a writer, just came up with a fantastical reason for it, you know? Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated. TZ. In memory of a dear friend and a poet. Again, TZ. Thomas Zane. And if you don't remember why it's in memorial, Thomas Zane died when the lake, when the volcano caused an earthquake.
Never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us.
Right.
I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It's right across.
It seems.
So right there by Alan's face is where Diver's Isle was.
That in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
And then
Alan,
Mirror
what
Peak
I'm
is the
telling
big
you
top.
Good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me.
Now, here's an interesting question I want you to consider.
Begin the journey towards your recovery.
So Mott earlier talked about the boss, right?
Come along. Let's go inside.
Mott's boss knew Alan Wake was coming, right? Mott's boss knew Alan Wake was coming, knew who he was, and knew what would happen if he came here. Who knew that Alan Wake was coming?
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
I think this is supposed to be somebody that works at Remedy. Like, he's so specifically modeled.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry.
I like the idea of a guy like being weird and just like, Emerson. He's okay, my bad.
Happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Mmm.
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Mmm.
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here.
So stock shows violence today. So this is meant to be a long-term care facility? Yes. So Hartman is, as far as we've been told, proud of her for painting shades. As far as we've been told, Hartman is a PhD. We should assume a licensed therapist, and he specializes in artists. He specializes in treating people with creative minds.
Come, Alan, this way.
And this is as you said, Jesse, this is supposed to be a long-term care facility. This is supposed to be a place for people to, live. I guess stay as long as they need to,
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
So, welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged in their creative processes. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored for you. Engagement therapy, TM, and its sister method, the flow, TM, work best when you're actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Hell yeah. And they're playing... Oh! They're playing the Night Springs board game, which I think is a great
The
touch.
power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Yo! Serial killer! Gotta take that pore strip off, bro. It's where Alan punched him in the nose.
He'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue.
Serial killer, how the heck are you doing?
Not crazy like
Alan Reed. That's when Alan Wake gets really into phone games.
Fireman, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes
This game was great. I love this game. I love this game. Yeah, everybody come into a serial killer. How the heck are you doing today? How the heck are you? Thank you for stopping in. Serial killer, how was your stream?
Tom, hey, we like him, don't we, bro?
So again, the Odin brothers think we're Thomas Zane.
Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe.
Lots of fun. Beat Fable. Oh, the first one? I love it. Oh man, the first Fable, so
My
good.
head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy.
The first Fable's so good.
Convinced he was lying to me.
I haven't played it in such a long time. But I'm glad you had a good stream. I'm glad you had a good
Andersons made
stream.
more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula, local ingredients, medicine, clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
It's my first time since it was released. Super great time. Hell yeah.
The elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all, taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the
Just gonna let him talk.
lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was
Sometimes
always
best with the
you,
olds.
Quack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
All right. Is this the remastered version of the old G? This is the OG.
Built the farm close to the lake.
This is the original version.
Place of power.
Both got tuckered at the same time there, just like, oh.
Parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
Maybe I will.
That Bob Balder threw the F through the window. Hit that a hippie chick in the back of the head. 15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. Bad scene.
This is the rest of the stream. We just stand here. If they think he's Tom, who's the other writer?
So tired.
I think they know he's not Tom. And that's I think Tom is the other writer they're referring to. Like they call him Tom, but it's that thing, right, where like they think he's Tom, but also they know he's not Tom. I'd party with these guys. Listen, I don't want to spoil anything. We'll have a party with these guys. So a thing that I'll note here, really quick. A Remedyverse fun fact. The band Old Gods of Asgard, their song does appear in Alan Wake. We'll get to it later. But that song is done by a band called Poets of the Fall. And Poets of the Fall, a real life band. Poets of the Fall have appeared in every Remedyverse game in some way, shape, or form. They don't feel on the bad side of Norris. No, I think they're okay. I think they're okay.
Wake up because I'm in charge now and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets. And now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me...
That's a lot of pills.
Nightmare of all.
That's a lot of... That's 9 pills every day? That's a lot of pills. Oof. It is, but also not the most. No, it's just a...
Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
I take 3 daily. It's the 4 before bed that really, for me, really is like, you know, 2 in the morning, 1 with each meal. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
I love these. I think at my max I was on 7 unique ones, different combinations throughout the day, but not all related to Psych. Huge Bears, hello! Oh, hey, the QR code for this chapter. Hey. All right. Listen, you shouldn't scan random QR codes.
Wanted me to write.
But also,
I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
blissfully down to 4. That's good. It literally goes to a meme. It literally goes to a meme. I don't know what the context for that is. That's Sam Lake, though. I know that for sure. It literally... Ninja Bears, how the heck are you doing? Sapphire, hello. Your phone is now downloading bitcoins. Yeah, thank you for getting remedy bugs.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up.
If I had to guess, it's because psych medication onboarding ruins your GI. Oh, yeah, maybe. That's, you know, it seems relevant. Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm getting my phone flipped over for Pokemon Go because I'm trying to get a bunch of eggs because this is the last day. All right, Ninja Race, how the heck you doing? Using the old demotivational poster meme font, dated AF. Listen, listen. Don't make me feel old, damn it. Got the last of the dragon parts I need in tears. Hell yeah! What are you doing with the dragon parts? What's happening?
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes.
2010 was different. We were still enjoying the internet. Yeah, we still had a good time.
Hey, wait.
Upgrading armor?
Stay
Neat.
here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Doing well? Good to hear. Good to hear. Hey, I hope you're having a good day.
I don't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Oh, I think... Oh. Hey, I think we were supposed to be collecting them, but I don't know. I also need Hinox and Lionel parts. But yeah, hey, listen, let's go through. Hartman watches Wake fall.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio and sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Hartman's mission.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Episodes 1 and 2 had QR codes, evidently. Yes, episode 1 took you to, I think it was just the Alan Wake webpage, and then the one in episode 2 took you to the one in episode 2 didn't take you anywhere. It was a send up of a quote from a Microsoft exec, which was very fun. From what I've seen of the Lionel fights, it's all about that perfect dodge. Oof. Wake sees the old gods stage. Spoilers.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Barry attacked by a taken. Oh no, Barry!
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay. Okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Oh no, Barry! Mott in charge.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Hartman said Wake was important. So Hartman is Mott's boss.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
I want this to just start subtly transitioning to erotica. Love to hang out, watch more. I need to go do adult stuff. Have a great stream. Serial Killer, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Good luck on all the rest of the stuff you got to do today. Hartman in the power failure. Uh-oh.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Hartman sedates Wake. We got a lot of these all at once.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Hartman. Smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard.
Since Tom.
Swallowed blood and barely tasted it.
Nightingale arrests Wake. We're just doing all of these because why not?
Agent Nightingale stared at the passed out rider. The man was sleeping off one hell of a night. Nightingale felt a stab of envy at Wake's oblivion, but he had a job to do. He put the gun to Wake's head and almost became a murderer. His hand shook and his throat felt tight and dry. Biting his teeth, he tried again to pull the trigger. He lost the nerve. Wake stirred. Nightingale would have to settle for an arrest.
Hartman looked deep into Mott's eyes. He could see the man's wounded soul, but also the repressed The patients escaped the lodge.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
I've never written an erotica. You listen, you got a great start. Yeah. Anderson brothers in the 70s.
It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates.
Oh, that was different. Oh, I see.
Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back.
The mystery. How many more of these do we have? A few. Okay. Wow, we have almost all of them from this chapter. The mystery of the missing week.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
Spoilers. Toma narrated by Alan Wake. This is the one exception I technically have, I guess.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears.
Mulligan questions Nightingale's orders.
Mulligan tuned Thornton's chatter out. He didn't think writers were particularly useful people, and a huge manhunt for one struck him as idiotic. Certainly not worth the missed opportunity for coffee and pie. It wasn't even clear what the man had done, except run from them at the trailer park. Mulligan knew he wasn't alone. The sheriff's patience with the Fed was running out.
And then I'm apparently missing 2 from this, so...
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
This is a big old storm. Hey!
It's my store.
Now see, we don't get Barry in the lodge.
Talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Twitch, I'm asking you to not display replies as if they were playing to the original message because it's confusing. Yeah, it's very strange how it does that. It's very strange how they decide for that to work.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
So I think you can actually... I don't think there's anywhere else fun to go with keys. We have the keys, but I don't... Yeah.
You think we haven't seen punks like you before? Mortal name.
I like them just shouting at him.
Better hide, Birch. My wrath will break you.
He's probably kidding, Birch. He's got a great sense of humor.
Thought a lot about writing about depictions of mental health facilities in film. There's an interesting analysis to be had in games as well. Oh yeah, especially because a whole bunch of games are like horror games where it's atrocious.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
And this is the game just explicitly spelling it out like, hey, in case for some reason you're not keeping up with the manuscript pages or you miss them or whatever, the kidnapper works for Hartman. Just, it's one of those just like, in case you're not in a game with a sanity mechanic, I was still calling it chill and Phasmo.
The markings on the tapes
yeah, I get that.
Recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of.
would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
So we get a little more backstory on all that. And ooh, a manuscript page. Makes a good horror setting, it being a horrifying place, but yeah, the ways in which it's depicted are interesting. What aspects draw focus? Mott fails Hartman, we already got that. Does that mean we're only missing... Yeah, okay.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were.
There's no way he's not named in honor of Barry Burton, right? I don't know who Barry Burton is.
Bitch who tells me you're here and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's
Resident Evil Barry?
I stole it from the diner.
Maybe.
Off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
That, you know...
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Let me just put them in my jacket for safekeeping.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Damn.
Well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on.
Pulls out his trapper keeper. Big...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here.
Big Velcro sound.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability in mind.
I love the smile of like, I got him.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
All right, so to catch everybody up on what's going on. Because I don't know if it ever comes up and is like said specifically. When you kick the B-list villain to the unstoppable monster. Hartman has had this clinic for a long time, right? Since the 70s. He mentions treating Thomas Zane. And Hartman utilizes the power of Cauldron Lake to have creative people create. And, you know, is just kind of an evil shithead about it. So his plan was to get Alan Wake. You know, it's probably good that door shut. That didn't seem like a cool place. Oh, it's getting closer. Oh, it's getting closer. I'm like chatting and it's getting closer. I'm just like, you know, we can, it's fine. No. It's getting closer. Okay, so this part of the game is very specifically,
The possessed bookshelves out of my
you are like escaping, right? So this is the thing I want everybody to remember. This part of the game, you are trapped in the lodge by the dark presence. And you need to escape. Because, and Brian alluded to this, what happens next is hilarious. We need that video game you're being chased mechanic. But so it's like, okay, you got to get out of here. You know, it's dangerous. Oh God, the place is coming down around you. There's monsters everywhere. Oh God, you know, what do you do? And obviously, the thing to do is to stop and just watch this Verizon commercial real quick. Everybody loves drifting. Oh, right, it's Mustang. Right. This is a different... It's a different ad. This is all the sponsors. Oh, look at that Verizon phone. Hell yeah.
Access to thousands of applications. Verizon Wireless has you covered.
Hell yeah.
Check out the latest games. Discover new music and old favorites. Social networking, sports scores, news. It's all at your fingertips.
Hell yeah.
No matter what you're into, Verizon Wireless can satisfy your never-ending appetite for apps. Check out VCast apps and load up your phone.
I miss those slide keyboard phones. I do too. I really like those. So there you go. Gas-powered generator placed inside. I'll suspend my disbelief. Anything to do with cars is blasphemy. Lemon! Lemon, hello! I'm gonna laugh if I get DMCA'd for that commercial. I'm gonna laugh if I get DMCA'd for that commercial. Lemon, how are you Ow! Lemon, how are you doing today? Does the darkness stop chasing you while you watch the ads? How respectful of product placement. I remember this part. I had a double slide in high school. I miss it. I always wanted a sidekick. I wanted a sidekick so bad. Was there supposed to be an Achivo? There was. I got it long ago. I got it long ago. I'm okay. I had a night of difficult feelings, so sleep was rough. I'm having coffee and chilling. I'm sorry, Lemon. I'm sorry, friend. So this is a very interesting puzzle they've got here. Forgot this wasn't the new one. I almost got the remaster for that. Just to be a Chivo monster. Just to be a monster. Just bad night and sober happens sometimes. Well, I hope you can have a good chill morning hanging out with us. And I hope that can help put you at ease. Gigi's hello! Gigi's good morning. No, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, get through the door. 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 There we go. Okay. Come on. Come on. And now. Hey! Hell yeah, physics puzzles.
I'm here.
Physics puzzles.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al. Look out!
Oh. That's bad. Ah! Oh God. That man has an obnoxious voice. Barry, give you tool. Barry, your friend. I'm gonna call that a purposeful Barry. Oh, crepes. Listen, Barry, I'm working on it. Barry, I'm working on it. All right. So now we have to go through a hedge maze. The champion is here. Yes. Barry has arrived. Love that everyone just leaves specifically lithium batteries everywhere. Well, yeah, so like I mentioned, like they were new at the time. Like lithium ion batteries were like hot shit. And they're also branded Energizer. I don't know if we've had a shot of them well enough yet. Like you can see, they're explicitly branded Energizer. Oh no, the battery, no! Oh, I got animation. He waited till I was animation locked. That's a bummer. What a jerk. Don't trust Emil. You know, Emil Hartman. Put those batteries there to ensnare. He knew I would never be able to resist the batteries. Aha. A manuscript page. I think this one, yeah, this is Wake. Yeah. Good play. Clever ghoul. I can see them moving around. Well, do you want to help Barry, or... And the reason I'm poking around is there's a lot of supplies hidden in the corners. All right. Yeah, I hope if I got taken over by a dark, you know, a dark monster, I would be a strong boy. Here's a manuscript page. This one is Hartman and the Power Failure. If you see someone who's more than a snack, don't trust them. Did they hand out commemorative axes at Deerfest? Everybody thinks the real threat is the gun. Like, no, it's all the axes. Everybody in town has a big old axe. This, I want everybody to know the boss fight coming up has the best animation in the whole game. I love this animation. I think about it all the time. Can't knock that boy over with a pail of water. I hear this line always. Benjamin Button, baseball boy. I don't think there's, okay.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Can you move faster, my special boy? That's a game we gotta stream, huh? I think I've been... All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. I love so like, ha, hey. It's so not threatening. I love it. He just does a little dance. He just does a little dance.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, also this is a really... This is a real... Cool. Very sensible. Gotta do your stretches before you embody darkness. He's just doing a little dance. I'm glad you died. I want to pay more attention to what he's saying.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Oh yeah, you can see the big... Prince Belfini really got angry after Bohemian Throne ended. Shoutouts to all of them doing the at the SAG after strike. Hell yeah. All right, get focused. Steve Buscemi doing a meme as his intro? Yeah. So strong. Hell yeah. This is a solid fight?
Bobby.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So fancy.
Hell yeah. Thank you, GG's. All right. I don't think there's anything. That's a fun one because you don't have a lot of like ammo. So you really gotta play for that one.
Real gamer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Brian, just in case you missed it, I did not miss the Verizon ad. Just so you know. I did miss you getting it. I'm glad you got the boob tube. The fact that the achievement is called boob tube is ridiculous. Yeah, there's only a few achievements in this game that I haven't gotten, but... What if I was a monster and 100%ed all 3 versions of Alan Wake? Ah! I think we have a gaming intervention. Matt, it wasn't enough that you did the 360 version, you had to do the Steam version. Well, yeah, you know, it's a different platform. you know, I was just excited to play the game on a different platform. The remake too? Well, yeah, again, you know, it's a different platform, so I was just... Matt, please look at your backlog. Matt, how many games do you have from 2010 that you still haven't played? Listen, it's not what it's about, you know? Oh yeah, this is when you get the page of Barry being attacked, so you're like, oh no, Barry, oh god. My concern would be if it was back-to-back, otherwise, good for you. I would have to figure out how to boot up my 360. Can I even play it on my Series X? Would it even work? That's interesting to think about. We were talking about them. There's 3 QR codes in this game. They changed them in the remake to what they were originally, which is goofs and a link to the Alan Wake Facebook page to short videos. Oh yeah, they fixed it in this one too. They fixed it in this too, which is good. They're iterations on a theme. Can we talk about this mental health facility you're part of where they have emergency boxes outside full of bullets? You know, it's a real emergency. Just bullets, no gun. Just bullets. All right. Okay, if I remember correctly, I kept fixating on the logistics of having an open door facility next to 1, an endless forest, and 2, a dangerous cliffside. Hartman, okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, Barry.
Ow! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Barry, can you...
Don't worry about it.
Barry, please. All right.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh, hey, whoa, 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 whoa! Rules of engagement, bud!
Oh, hey, I found a corner.
Barry, I swear to God. Barry, I swear to God. Eat shit.
Here it is. Al, I found the key.
Barry acknowledges no God. Red vest. Red puffy vest, toe to tip, that's a Barry. When you're running your facility for evil, these things are fine. That's true. I love the cutout in the back.
You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon, son.
I love the cutout in the back.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Grimsley, I love how this game manages to make using a flashlight as a weapon kind of cool. Yeah, actually, I think my only complaint with this game is that they felt they had to include actual gunplay. Whereas I think it would have been really cool to have just a flashlight.
but that's fine, Barry.
But
Oh, you got that right.
But yeah.
You're barking mad.
Yeah, Grimsley, how the heck are you? Welcome on in.
But maybe that's inevitable when you
Welcome
deal
on
with
in.
crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead. Ow.
Doing well, how are you? I'm good, I'm good. Getting to play one of my favorite games and hang out and chat about it. It's great.
There's something special about this place. The
Transition
lake
between the flashlight battle and the
does something to the
gunshots
works of our
sort of startling
creation.
at first.
It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on
Great
board, man.
info dump.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
I like that line, crazy or not, you're not delusional. Barry really committed to purloining Rose's cutout. He's real mad about it. He's real mad about it. Barry?
I lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Justifiably.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a
Pretend I spelled that correctly. Listen, I knew what word you wanted.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
I could survive that jump. Listen. Look, it's not that steep right here. It's not gonna be good. But you probably won't break your leg.
Al, there's something moving down here.
Barry, it's a
Just roll into it.
Use a flare, Barry!
Oh!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from
Oh.
New York City before, huh?
I love Barry. I guess you ever. Fucking New Yorkers, man. I swear to God. You can see his little jacket down there. And there's the farm.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry, hey, I'm hiking it.
Just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Barry, I'm gonna go secure the area. Okay, buddy. Hey, I'm lighting over here. Paysall's advert. New York City. For anyone who still cares about the MCU, Guardians 3 hit D+. Oh, actually, yeah, thank you for the reminder, Helix. That's really good to know. Yeah, we still have to watch Quantumania, but we'll catch up at some point. We'll catch up. It's just good. It's good to know when they're available, you know. If you're interested in this kind of theme / assemblage of tropes, you might like the movie In the Mouth of Madness. Quantumania was very good. I still need to watch Quantumania and Celestials. I still haven't watched Celestials. Been a bit behind the MCU lately. Definitely want to watch Guardians. Yeah, especially because like I'm pretty sure they've said that's the last Guardians movie, right? I mean, it's definitely the last Guardian movie because James Gunn works for DC now, so it's the last Guardians movie like that. Oh, come on, I just want my thermos, guy. Okay. Skillful plays. Skillful plays. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we'll have to make some time. It's the Donkey Kong spirit. I feel like Waititi could take over Guardians in a pinch. Yeah, I also wonder... I already forgot that Eternals, that's it. Not Celestials, it's Eternals. They might be looking to shake that up a little bit anyway, so...
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Eternals was fine. Yeah, I want to watch it mostly because, like, cosmic Marvel shit is my favorite shit. So it's more just like, all right, what happened in this one? You know? Like, I'm a comic sicko. I have to know what happened. Gonna give my non-spoiler take on Eternals? Yeah, go for it. I enjoyed it as the Problems movie with a lot of main characters. It had a lot of good going for it. Yeah, I felt like that was likely going to happen because there's even just in the like poster, there's so many people. And Guardians already kind of suffered with that.
Ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Boycott Eternals because Akaris and Cersei are OP in Strike Force. That's a good reason, honestly. Trust no one in the dark. That's just good advice. Had a lot of good content to work with, not enough time. I wish more of those niche characters had their own movies. Yeah, and that's why I don't think they'll do another Guardians movie. Like, sadly, we'll probably just get a Star-Lord movie. But maybe we'll get a Gamora movie. Maybe it should have been a miniseries. I bet you Eternals was a movie and not a miniseries because of the... Well, I'm guessing, right? I would guess Eternals was a movie and not a miniseries because of the success of Inhumans. Because nobody gave a shit about Inhumans. No! Come on. I'm trying... Okay. It actually take a lot up front with no real lead in or context for the greater MCU. Yeah, and it's all cosmic stuff, so it's a lot of stuff that, like, hasn't really been touched on. So... It's... Hey. Go away. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. It was manufactured to make money internationally with all the people they cast. It was released in theaters because they thought it would turn a profit internationally. IMO. Yeah, that's...
Car was driving away from the
it felt like one of those movies.
Direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
You know... It was a movie that they were like, well, we have to make this to introduce these characters to be able to talk about these things. And I was like, you don't, you know, or you could kind of just make some stuff and try to talk about the story kind of like organically. Cast spaghetti westerns of the 70s, cast major actors, dubbed the film for release.
If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
It would have been fine as a capstone story, like the Avengers films tying together an ensemble. Feels narratively skippable. For all its info dumping, anything it adds could be summarized. When did it come out? Is it because it came out pre-pandemic stuff, right? Because I don't think it's a secret to anybody, at least, and you know, this is my opinion, obviously, but I think Marvel had no clue what to do after.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
So a diver in a suit. Eternals came out in 2021. Yeah, so I... Because, I mean, it feels obvious to me. It feels pretty obvious that Marvel just had no clue what to do after Avengers Endgame. Like, they had no... Like... They hadn't really set themselves any storylines. Because after Endgame, they had no storylines. You know, they had nothing to pick up at and kind of go. People specifically put them at distinct physical risk to go out and see that. It was pretty fresh. I was gonna say, I was like 2021 still pretty early. Still pretty early. Imagine getting COVID for Eternals. Oh man, you can see us walk through the fog wall. Watch that. Yeah, the game's showing its age a little bit. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I definitely think that was part of it, but also like it, you know, it wasn't a good movie.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
In general, things end up on D+. Why bother with the cinema? Felt like they were trying to vaguely hint towards a bigger picture over, but it probably would have been better to focus small scale again for a bit. Yeah, I think Endgame's success like ruined them for a moment, like, because I think they expected I think Phase 3 ruined Marvel's expectations, because I think they expected everyone to just keep being excited to see every Marvel movie forever, when it was like, no, it was, by the time the Avengers movie came out, people wanted to see them like that because it was a, like, it was cool to do so. It was like how everyone or most people were watching Game of Thrones. You know? Yeah, when it came out, because it was like a thing to do. It was a thing to talk about, you know? Even people who didn't watch all of the other Marvel movies saw Endgame, because everybody went to see Endgame. You know, people were just like, oh, well, we'll go see this. We like Phase 3. You'd be like, man, Iron Man was cool on its own. Maybe some of these other movies would be cool as well. Right, you had kind of like built what was going on. And so it was like, oh, you know, it's all been building to this moment. This damn, this should be cool. But they didn't expect that people would be like, done with it after that, you know? they didn't think people would see Endgame and be like, well, there we go, story done. All the characters seem like they talked the same way. That's the... I hated that. That's because flippin' Joss Whedon wrote Avengers, and so every character in the world is snarky. I was getting burned out by the time I get to Endgame. Yeah, like, there's I'm sure a ton of people have made videos about. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. 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 Okay.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Instead of Flandersation, we got Starkification. Yeah, it... Ugh. Ugh.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
I'd rewatch the Marvel movies if all the characters and dialogue were replaced with Flanders. I think if we focus on characters in Spidey and Ms. Marvel more, we have a new phase 1 with more heartfelt focus. Use time displays variant Loki for some big picture stuff. Just a flesh room, Barry. Man threw shade from his desk. So for anybody who doesn't remember, Alan mentions this. This is the guy that was in jail at the beginning, who he was drinking and got in trouble. Oh.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Gotta run home. We have a great rest of your stream. Zach, thank you for hanging out. Thank you again for the Prime Gaming sub. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a good rest of your day. TV Island, people can survive horror stories. Couldn't you just write it in a different way? And everything was good. DC should have leaned into their 52 references. That would have been fun. Yeah, it took them way too long to do the multiverse stuff, honestly. That's the cool shit with DC. So like I was saying, this is the guy that was in jail at the beginning, who had a fight with his friend Danny, who we also have the page for Walter at the Anderson farm, where he sees Danny. He was driving earlier. He sees that Danny is taken. His best friend Danny, he called Hartman earlier in the game and talks about how he feels something coming because he was drinking. He was drinking the Andersons' booze. So he saw the Dark Presence well before anyone else.
Let me guess. Danny, huh?
And that was his best friend, Danny. One of the earliest taken victims that we know of. There we go.
Still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Hoping DC has a renaissance in their films. They're all enjoyable now. I doubt it. I'm also weird. I would love a gritty detective series based on The Question. Spencer since Renee Montoya was featured in other media. I said hope. I think, sadly, based on the decisions that they've made regarding just the Batgirl movie and The Flash, Hartman considers Mott and Wake. So this is a new one.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
At least their animated stuff is usually great. I think the reason the animated stuff is really good, compared to... Also, look at this. That's a great tease. Where if you're back here and you're looking around, you can see, oh, there's a basement. And you can see the torch symbol. Great. Great design. I think the reason the animated stuff is really good is 2 reasons. One, the animated stuff is usually pretty simple in terms of their plot and their focus, right? They're usually, and I don't mean that their plot lines aren't mature or have depth, but the plot line of the show, the sort of focus of the show, is very simple and is very, clear. And 2, the animated series, my problem with the DC stuff, my specific problem with the DC stuff is I am absolutely sick to death of gritty superheroes. I am sick of...
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably farm. For a moment.
Everything that after all, Snyder did with Batman was atrocious.
Was Barry.
I hated every second of it. I watched Batman versus Superman. It was the worst. It was terrible. Wonder Woman, by comparison, the Wonder Woman movie was incredible. Everyone loved that movie. Why did everyone love that movie? Because it was Wonder Woman being a fucking superhero. It was very straightforward. Oh, come see Wonder Woman be a superhero and kick a bunch of ass. Great! Love it. Sign me up. Everyone was here for it. Give us Booster Gold. God, a Booster Gold movie.
I could go.
Please stop making everything desaturated and dour. It was terrible. Like, it was so, like, and that's why, like, I want to watch this new My Adventures with Superman, because from what I've been hearing from a lot of people and a lot of different places, is they get Superman. Superman is, like, it's a fun Superman thing, and I'm like, great, that's what I want. Superman is a hero. He's not a fucking anti-hero. He's not a gritty hero. If you want to tell an anti-hero Superman story, make a Red Sun movie and be done with it. Just do that thing. You're supposed to take the truck here, and I forgot. I just didn't. It's fine. I hit the end of Dune and wondered why it felt like a DC movie, and then I learned why. Oh, that reminds me. I should watch Dune. Superman's literally the best aspects of humanity. No gritty Superman ever. I mean, you can have gritty Superman, but, like, there's Red Sun Superman. There's Superboy. There's Steel. Like, you can have characters that are super and are gritty. Superman is not one of them. You know what I mean? Like, Batman versus Superman should have been dichotomous. Right? It shouldn't have been, oh, we're the same. Not Clark. Yeah, no, Clark. I think they missed the part where if every superhero is gritty, it's difficult to give them individual problems and movies get them through. Everyone just deals with it. Right. Like it was this, like, I didn't like the Scott Snyder Batman movies because I was just like, I didn't enjoy how it was told. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily a bad Batman movie. I was just like, okay, what this, sure. But then the Superman side of it was like, what are you doing? Like, this is not Superman. Yeah, some dark storylines, those should be built up too. And they usually feature other characters so that his virtues, his character choices shine through. There are other characters that are like, oh, we should do it this way. We should do this, and it would be easier if we did this. And Superman is like, no. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to tell dark Superman stories, there are, yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you could do Injustice, you could do Red Sun, like there are these stories you can tell that aren't, Clark Kent. It's also why, like, I'm not really watching The Boys. Like, I don't care. Like, oh, but what if Superman was a fascist? No, I'm cool. I'm not interested in that story. I'm not interested in that story. I think this is the last radio transmission.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department's still looking for a Caucasian woman, 30 years old, slim and blonde with blue eyes. She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone in the area who maybe looks a little confused, give them a hand, all right? This is Pat Maine on KBF FM, hoping you're all safe and warm tonight.
I like The Boys not because of that, especially since Homelander is weird. Enjoy the pieces we get of how superheroes will work with combined with capitalism and celebrity culture. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that like The Boys is bad. It's just like that is what I'd be interested in. You know what I mean? All the Homeland, like it sucks to me that the success of The Boys means that we get Homelander in Call of Duty. It's like, is that what should be happening? Is that... Like, did y'all engage with the media, or... Here, hang on, I'll get to Grimsley's thing here in a second. It's fun watching Superman be a beacon of hope more than a relatable human character. It's fun seeing Batman be a damaged product of his trauma and Robin Nightwing be the version of him that got to heal. Oh, yeah. And that's part of what makes the Snyder movies so frustrating is, like... DC's characters are different than Marvel characters, right? Marvel characters feel like they are in kind of very specific language. Marvel characters are very basic because they are a collection of traits and they stick to those traits, and they don't experience a lot of character growth, but that's okay because they build those stories together, and it's about, the characters interacting. DC's characters are cool because they're a collection of traits, but then they have characters that build off of those traits, right? It feels like time passes in DC properties more than it does in Marvel properties, because Marvel characters don't grow and change in the same way, because that's just the way Marvel does it. DC characters don't necessarily change, but what they do is they have new characters that come in that highlight or play against specific types. They tell alternate history stories or, you know, alternate timeline stories, where it's like, oh yeah, this is what if, you know, what if Nightwing was this guy or whatever. I think I like Tiger and Bunny. Doesn't have the same VOD as a pharmaceutical company that makes supers, a military contractor, and a mega media. I see. Jalen, have you read The Boys? I feel like I would like the comic more than the show. Hey, Matt, don't read Worm? I don't know what that is. I have not and will not. Hang on, let me catch up here. If there weren't some trademark issues, we could just have the X Factor run of X-Men with a reality show. Oh yeah, that's what led into Civil War. To me, since Superman is overpowered, you have to rely on non-physical challenges such as ethics when there isn't black and white choices. Oh yeah, because he can beat almost any anything you put in front of him. And that's why it's uninteresting that it's like, what does Superman do? Oh, he punches. Like, okay, but he can punch everything, so. Oh my gosh, is this gonna keep happening? Should I have taken a car? Did I fuck up? I might have fucked up. I'm still mentally stuck on the clip of Harley Quinn taking photos of Nightwing, nothing but his mask and thong. What is that from? What? Ah! Whoa! Oh, I think I might have fucked up. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna... There we go. The animated Harley show. Oh, that makes sense. I forgot that existed. TBH. From the little I've heard, it doesn't have the same level of intricateness on the violence of Vought. And I don't want to hear Homelander yell the N-word 15 times as he fights terrorists on a plane. Oh god, does that happen? Jesus.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm
like I
felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least.
It does, and I'm Gucci.
Let me read that missing person.
Yeah, no,
the sheriff's department's still looking.
That means I'm fine. That means I'm good.
Old, slim, and blonde.
I'll just.
She may be lost in the woods, and it's possible she's been injured in a car accident. If you see her, please make sure you get her indoors and call the sheriff. It's bad weather to be caught out in, so if you see someone...
I don't know that one. I love the mini movie where Harley, where Nightwing and Harley had a fun consensual night together after a nice chat about post-Joker Harley. Oh, that's nice.
Hoping you're all safe and warm.
That's another thing. DC characters definitely fuck. Like, some Marvel characters fuck. DC characters definitely fuck. Are you winning? Pastry, hello. Batman doesn't go down, apparently. Well, I mean, listen. Have you met Bruce Wayne? That doesn't surprise me. Okay, that's... Thank you, Matt. Listen. That's why Nightwing is a better bad guy? Yeah, shoutouts to Dick Grayson. Yeah, we're not... Ugh. The driving's real bad, but boy, do I not want to do 1,800 fights. Nightwing is probably my favorite DC character. Nightwing is a big fan favorite. And as a person who hasn't read a lot of DC, I respect it. I've read you know, I'm definitely a Marvel girly because I love Spider-Mans. But everything I've heard about Nightwing, he sounds solid. Boom. Had a coworker who's a big Nightwing fan. A friend of mine was really into I said was, is. Oh, come, hey, my guy, I'm trying to deal with something here, if you don't mind. Okay, I definitely dodged that. Oh my god, okay, physics. Just gonna turn it on.
As I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the weather service reckon it'll last until morning.
No, you stay down there. You stay down there. Ow! You asshole! Okay. Alright. Looking at the time. Alright. Looking at the time, I'm going to take my morning break real quick. I got to go walk Josie, refill my water, all that kind of stuff. And this is a good spot for it before we get into the farm stuff. So I'll be back in just a little bit. When I get back, we're going to watch episode 2 and 3 of the Bright Falls show, which is very exciting. And then I have that Alan Wake demo video that I want to watch because that seems interesting as hell. Because I love the idea of seeing basically they put together a demo video of what Alan Wake 2 would look like. I think this was in 2013. 2013, I think. So yeah, I'm excited to see like basically like, oh, this is what it would look like if we'd done it now, because it's very different. So I'm excited to see all that. So yeah, so when I get back, we'll do all that, and then we'll do more Alan Wake. So don't go anywhere.